Hello everybody, and welcome back to our skills technical training for graphic design. And in this video, we are going to be covering the points in the marking for, let me just get to it, 2.3 and 2.4. So we're talking about correct measurements. We're also checking to make sure that all of the required elements are present. And these are very, very important pieces because if the project isn't built at the right size or it doesn't have all the information that was requested by the customer, it's not going to be correct. So first of all, we'll look at correct measurements because that's probably the easiest one to set up. So I'm going to pick a random project from within this, this competition booklet. And the project I'll choose here is the event banners. So oftentimes within the technical requirements, technical specifications, you'll find everything you really need to know about how the file should be set up. So in this particular document, they're saying that the trim size is 9:7 and there's a bleed of 0.125. So when we go to set up a document, whether it's InDesign or Illustrator, they're both very similar in that regard. We would go to File, New, and here on the right-hand side under inches, because it is inches, we would put in our 9:7. And even though bleed is covered in another video, we could hit more settings here, and we can make sure that the bleed is set as well. And we would create our document. We now have a 9:7 document with 0.125 bleed, so this is set up correctly. If we have an existing document and we want to actually check the size of the document, something like this, we can do that simply by going to File, Document Setup, going to Edit Artboards, and in the Properties window you can see the width and the height of the artboard right there. Okay, InDesign, much the same sort of process. If we go to File, New, for example, New Document, you're going to see a lot of this is pretty much exactly the same, except that we can see the bleed already there. If we want to add bleed, once again, we need to change it to inches. We can put in our specifications and it will do that. We can also change the document under File, Document Setup here. A little bit of a different window because we can key in whatever size we want in here and adjust the layout or the size after the fact. Okay, so the two programs are a little bit different, but basically the same settings once you find them. So that is correct size, and that's very important. But what about correct elements? Now, inside of every project document, you're going to have technical specifications, and you're also going to have required elements. And it is very important that the competitor looks at the required elements and makes sure that everything that it says needs to be included within that part of the project is included in that part of the project. So for example, on these banners, they're saying 2 banner designs, 1 per event, any design or graphics of your choice using at least one of the supplied images, the Pan Am logo, and one of the text to aquatics, to cycling, or to combative. And you can see that that supplied text will always be given as a actual text document, but it's also written out here in the booklet as well, so that you can see what it should say. And if we do look at this particular event from the competitor, the event banner that I have open here from the competitor, we can check to see if they had all of the required elements. So by going in to this, we can see that they have the right size. They have 2 different designs. There's 2 different files here. Okay. They have the design graphic of their choice, which is the picture. They have the Toronto Pan Am Toronto logo. And the text, it says Mountain Experience the Excitement Cycling. And let's just see if that matches the text for cycling. It doesn't, you see. Now there would be a missing element, you know. It should match the text for cycling, and it doesn't. So it's very, very important that if you want to get full marks on that, you need to check. Oh, I made a mistake. See, I'm not even following my own steps here. It's text 2 that I should have been looking at. So let's go down to text 2. So text 2, here we go. Use one set of text per banner. So experience the excitement. There it is, yeah. So they have done it correctly. They've chosen the text from text 2. All right, so that's how you would do that. Again, you don't want to miss easy points by not reading the booklet. Make sure you check required elements for what needs to be on there, and make sure you check out technical specs just to make sure your document is set up correctly for the size that's been given.